joining today's interview. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Dev, for this inviting me for this interview today. Thank you. I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing good as well. Thank you for asking. So before we proceed, can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Sure, Dev. Thank you. Firstly, thanks for inviting for this interview today and giving me an opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Vikas Virari. I hold overall 10 years of experience into multiple domains like customer service, operations, healthcare domain, and e-commerce domain as well as a customer service representative. I work across last 10 years extensively on the data dashboards and report MIS, etc. So it honed my skills like the customer service skills, operations, data mining, data gathering, and data management. So this led me to upskill myself to various skills like data management within the Excel files and etc. And our client also demanded that extensive data management every month. We used to get lots of data from client for addition and deletion. And this interested me for further learning myself. So I upskilled myself into SQL and analytical tools like Power BI. So far, I have worked internally in my organization on various dashboards using Excel. And post during COVID, when I transitioned myself into data management team, I developed many dashboards for our internal teams, which, for example, HR, finance, operations team, and sales and marketing team as well. So overall, I have developed more than 60 plus dashboard internally. Uh, that's what thing. And apart from that, I also worked on many client projects as well because our health domain was a healthcare. So, the client's health claims during COVID, we have worked on the COVID claims as well. So that it's gives me exposure to as Power Senior Power BI developer during this time.
Okay.
So I would like
So,
to, sorry,
okay.
go ahead. Yeah, I would like
Okay.
to highlight.
That's fine. Thank you for your intro. So, you mentioned that you have you have gathered the data from Excel. So,
Yes.
is it only that Excel files that you are getting the data in, or do you have any exposure working on databases?
So database as such, we have internal MS Excel SQL database that we manage. So whenever we get any Excel or flat files from the or CSV files from the client, we have to upload them in a bulk mode in SQL server, and then we start transforming that data, querying that data,
So
etc.
why you are getting the file in Excel and then you are transforming, uploading it on SQL? Why the database is not used directly? It's
So
how
so
how
the
the data is getting accumulated through means when they're sending through Excel, from where are they getting the data?
So their database is not known to us because that's very confidential being a healthcare data. So they have not given any database access directly like, but we have demanded that, we can connect that to through API servers, etc. So that is in pipeline, but most of the time they give us the encrypted Excel or CSV files only
So
to FTP server.
what is the volume of data that you have handled so far?
Every month we have addition, deletion of the employees and the claims data what we receive from the client side.
So what is the maximum volume you have handled?
The maximum volume we have more than 20 million rows, I could say. Yes.
In Excel,
Yes. I mean, the
20 million in
different
Excel
file
is possible?
20 million is a, overall together, I'm saying, but each file has contained, maximum 50,000 employees database. There are different parts of the Excel file which we get in, and then we consolidate it together at our end.
So Excel consolidation you are doing. So
Yes.
the format of the fields used to be the same.
Yes. The format is consistent because that is the requirement what we have
So
put
how many
together.
Excel files did you used to receive for 20 million records?
So 20 million records, we used to get almost in a month, almost 10 to 15 files.
10 to 15 files for 20
Yes.
million records.
Yes.
Okay. 20 means 2 CR, right? 20 million records.
Yes.
And in 10 to 15 files, 20 million will be tough because Excel after 5 lakh records, or Excel will work really very slow. So not very sure. Anyways, um, okay, cool. So let's understand your knowledge in terms of the database. that we have. So generally, when we work as a Power BI developer, we we try not to use Excel because if I am
Correct.
using Excel, then I can create a report in Excel itself. Then why to use Power BI is the main
Correct.
question. So it should be always connected to the database because the data absorption becomes quite easy because you would be able to refresh your data. So how normally you do refresh the data means where currently when you publish the report on the server, then what type of refresh do you go? Do you go for a full refresh? Means how you even refresh? That's
So in you're talking about in Power BI or in SQL?
Power BI.
Yeah, in Power BI, when we publish the report or the database or the report, dashboard reports to the client, then we have a scheduled refresh as well as manual refresh. But we generally follow the incremental refresh for the client databases because from last 3 to 5 years that data is with us, and then each time if you start scheduling the entire database, that will hamper the performance. Hence, we for last 6 months or 1 year maximum, we do the incremental refresh.
But your data is connected to Excel files, right?
No, no.
Your
I
Power
said
BI.
that Excel file. Yeah, Excel files are being stored. I mean, uploaded in the SQL and the Power BI then, because
Okay, so your Power
client
BI is connected to SQL, and
SQL server
you have
that
to
we have in
manually upload
house.
the data to
Yes,
Excel,
yes,
to your SQL. That's
correct.
a very strange process. But anyways, it might be. So you have never shared any idea that we need to have a database access
Yeah,
and
we have shared that. Because of the GDPR and HIPAA compliances, they are not going to give the access to their servers like that. What they say every time. So they always share the encrypted Excel or CSV files in binary format as well. And then we get that consolidated at our end, and then we upload in the SQL server in a bulk mode.
okay, fine. So let me ask you some scenarios based on
Sure.
the database that we have. So I'm considering SQL Server as the database. So can you please share your screen and I hope you have connected to Employee 2024
Yes,
table.
yes, yes, I have. I'll just share my screen. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is. So if you see over here, we have multiple departments. And if I want
Correct.
to find out employees with the highest salary in each of the department, okay, every department I need the what is
Mhm.
the highest salary that I'm spending. Can you write a query for that?
So basically, you want to see department-wise highest salaries.
Correct.
um, for employees, right?
Yeah. Why you are doing the grouping?
So, yeah, so this is the department-wise salaries. This is 10, department number 10. We have 5,500, 26,
No, I
and
want to
140.
see every. If you see your question that you have written, I want department-wise high salaries. It's not my answer. So like department 10 has the high salary 5,500.
Okay.
Department 20 has 3,450. I want to see in every department what is the high salary.
I solved this earlier, but
I want to see your approach. It's not solving. It's what's your approach is more important to me. Means I'm not understanding why you're doing department number sum of salary. So sum of salary will give you the aggregation values of all the salaries that I'm doing in the department. It is not going to give me the highest salary anyhow. And with that, you are doing a dense rank. Okay, no problem. We can, I think, move on to the next question. Okay. So what you'll have to find, suppose, so I have a table, okay, that is not related to this employee 2024 table. Suppose, for
Mhm.
example, I have a table wherein I am having some customers, okay, and those customers are placing, some of the customers are placing orders every month of the year, maybe, okay. But now I want you to find out uh, the customers who have, right, every month who have placed the order. It's not 1 or 2 months, every month that customer might have placed the order. So you have to think about a scenario, what can be the different fields that can be involved. So basically, if you have to write the question, basically need to write that you need to find customers who have placed orders in every month of the year. So how will you do that?
So basically, I would select customers from the sales date,
Yeah,
and
you
I will,
write the query,
okay,
and then you can explain maybe.
basically select,
So maybe you can select one particular year, maybe say 2024.
yeah. So I'm just assuming this is employee 24 table, and I'll have to find out, select it, date, for example, it will be date part. Okay.
Yeah, just keep any fictitious name that is not
Yeah.
existing, so you won't get it in the prompt. If it is done, then you can explain. If not, then you can
Yeah, I
start.
think this is done. Yeah. So I'm trying to retrieve the year and the month from the date, order date, and I'm trying to display employees with their order date. So that will give the
So will it give me for every month? It can also, suppose for example, I have ordered only in January. So it will give me for January, for my name as well. But I do not want my name. I want people who's ordering like every month. It is going to check, your query will gonna check that whether my order date is 2024. And
right.
month is
Also
equal to
same.
2024. I don't know why you are doing that. Date part month is equal to how you can be doing 2024. This is incorrect, right?
Yeah, this.
How will I check every month? You have to think something out of the box. It's very easy query. Means you have to just understand the mathematics that can go behind.
I'm not, I mean, this is what I can think now as of now.
Okay, fine, no problem. You can explore that later, maybe. Okay, in this question, I want to just give a top up on this question. So, can you find users who have never placed an order?
Yeah, I can say, I mean, uh, we can use is null, correct? I mean, so the order against the employee will be null. So that way we can find out the employees who have never placed an order.
What will be the syntax?
This is what I can do.
Correct. So you need to target the order ID. So if no one is placing the order, it should be coming as null. Okay. So can you write a query wherein I would be able to find out the running total of sales for each day? For each day. Do you want to probe anything? What
Whether, I
information
mean,
do you need?
so whether it will be a, I mean, select sum of sales on total of sales. So do we need to use any function here, like,
That how can I say?
I mean,
You cannot ask a client, right? Do you want
yeah,
to
right.
use any function? So your probing should be that how am I capturing the sales? Is it day wise or month wise? That is the first task, right? If I have to do running total of sales for each day, I need the order date. So if I
Mhm.
tell you that every day I'm getting sales, every day I'm getting n number of sales maybe. So your select statement should be select order date, comma sum of sales from, and then you will have to sum of sales over. that order date you will have to create. So select order date, comma, sum of sales over order by order date. So, and then we can do a running total. That's running total.
Basically, you have to use window function or
Yes, over order by order date. Yeah, and we will keep it ascending because we need it in an ascending order as running total. So this will be the running total. Understood? We do not need any where clause or something. It's only a logical build that every order I'm doing, every day's order has to be bifurcated using over. Okay. Fine. Anyways, that's okay. So the last query, suppose I have this table called as employee 2024, and I want you to write a query wherein I would like to find out the employees who's earning more than their manager. Can you write?
I'll just find out if it is working.
No, you are using manager name, the alias. There should be a underscore or no space. There should not be
Yeah,
any
so,
space in it.
yeah, so this is the value, and now I'll just put a condition where manager salary is greater than employee salary. So dot salary is greater than dot salary.
No, that's fine. Okay, good. So, can you tell me, suppose I have a table, okay, and I have multiple tables. I'm using a primary key in one table, and that is referenced by some other tables as well. And I'm creating a parent-child hierarchy. So primary key and foreign keys are created. Now there is a situation wherein the table that I have, the primary table, I will have to delete that. If I have to delete that table, first of all, you need to say that if it is possible, then how it can be done. And if it is not possible, then why it can't be.
Yeah, so the scenario is that you have parent table and child table with the primary key and foreign key references, and you want to delete the primary table. So in that case, you will not be able to delete the primary table because there is a relation between parent and child, and reference with the primary key and foreign key references is given. For example, let's say it's a employee ID you have, or customer ID you have given as a reference to both the tables. So that is the reason you will not be able to delete. But yeah.
But if I have to delete that, for example, then what should be done?
So then we, in that case, then you will have to remove the references between parent table and child table.
How?
Uh, It would be you can add. There are two ways. One, what I could recollect is that when you are creating a parent table and child table references, then you have to apply the delete rules. That is, delete on cascade or delete on null like that. Then you will be able to delete that. Let's say if you
Suppose I
delete.
have not created the delete rules when I'm creating, then what should be done in that case?
So then you can add. You can remove the constraints between primary key and
How to remove the
foreign key.
constraint?
I
So we need to drop that constraint name. So we'll
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
drop that
basically.
constraint. So it's called as drop. Removing of constraint is dropping of constraints. Okay, fine. So okay, the final question that is coming in my mind. Like for example, I have a table and I have multiple fields in a table. And as we know that there is only one primary key constraint that can be added. But I want to use some other fields also that should work like a primary key. Then what you will be doing to ensure that the other fields also work like a primary key without defining it as a primary key within that particular table.
Yeah, as you rightly say, that primary key per table will be one only. We cannot have more than one primary key for a table. So in that case, let's say employee ID is being already been defined as a primary key, and we want to define another column as a primary key itself. So then we can use unique and not null constraint to that particular field.
What is a unique constraint?
Unique constraint is that it acts as only unique fields are added in that field, and unique can contain one nulls as well, but only one null can contain in that.
Why only one null?
Because if I add one null, because unique says that it has to be a single unique values. Even if I add one null, the second null will be considered as a duplication, hence that will be not added.
Okay. Okay, fine. Do you know what is a derived table?
Derived table, yes, I know about it, not much that. Yeah, so it's a type of subquery. I mean, type of subquery, one of the type of subquery that we call as a derived table.
But my question is, what is a derived table? Because it is a subquery, but if a subquery is already there, then why derived table is there? Why do we need derived table?
No, I'm not aware about much that, but yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me what is the order of execution of clauses in SQL?
Yeah, the order of execution is select, then we have where.
Select and where? No. Select is almost at the end. Starts with from.
Sorry, yeah. So it starts with from, then it from, then it's where, and then we have group by, then having, then select, and then maybe top three or whatever it is, kind of top
Order by.
something. Yeah,
Top is a function. It's a
yeah,
clause. Question is on
yeah.
clause. Okay, fine. So let's come to your skill sets on Power BI.